There you go, Pops.
Live from Ventnor, New Jersey.
No, I turned your volume way down.
Live from Ventnor, New Jersey.
Turn you down even more.
There's a storm brewing outside. Yes. You look out to the, what is that, the north? No, I hurt people's ears last night.
Well, that was because we were using the different software. We didn't know what we were doing. So lesson learned. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, killing people.
The ninth night.
Yeah.
Of 10 days, 10 ways.
Yeah, can I get Jimmy's personal
It's
cell
the
phone
ninth
number?
night. 10 days, 10 ways.
Call.
We're playing Hurt. My dad's gout is bothering him, but we're still here.
Yeah, yeah. And
we're soldiering through.
And you've got blisters on your feet from running on the treadmill today.
I did run quite a bit this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to do tonight, folks.
Oh, God,
we're going to go straight into, we're just going to do as many phone calls as possible. But before we do, we had quite a few nice community members send in deals to the deal analysis. Okay. One in particular came through.
That caught your attention?
Is this gentleman who actually sent in a few? So let me grab his email.
My God, he's trying to get his money's worth.
Well, no, because we missed it. We missed the first one.
Okay.
So here we go. Happy birthday, Ray. If accessories are installed on the car, how do I negotiate that charge off? I'm not certain if this is a good deal or if I should pass it on for another deal in the future. Let me make sure there's no pie on here. Give me 1 second.
The community has gotten to the point.
Man, I love it.
The community has gotten to the point where they'll give you all the seconds you need, buddy.
So we're looking at
accessories of $958.
A 2018 Honda HR-V with 38,639 miles.
I do. Inquiring minds want to know.
Black Book?
No. What kind of accessories do you add to a pre-owned car?
Is that uncommon? Should that be uncommon?
Well, you know, dealers will accessorize new cars so that they can, I don't know, ask more for them because it's got more stuff.
I'm running the market price report on this.
But I don't know anybody that,
What's up, Skyler? What's up, Mike? What's up, Alex?
Accessorizes pre-owned cars.
Sam, Eric S., Graham, Juan, A.G., Russell, Brett. Thank you all for being here.
Oh, my God.
It's an interesting looking color here.
Oh, by the way, have I mentioned to you, I'm so excited that our Phoenix Suns
wait. Let's
beat L.A.
People give us a hard time that we don't actually provide any information in the first few minutes. Have you read the comments recently?
What do they expect for free?
Come on, Dad. So let's just at least, then you can talk. But
beat L.A.
No. Only information for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, we beat L.A. Pretty important information.
Dad.
Yes. So this
I watched you eat 4 slices of pizza. I know. It's tough for you. It's tough for me. Night number 9. But we got to provide info.
Okay, let's go. You're ranting and raving over nothing at this point.
37 days.
Yeah.
Local average is 26.
Yeah.
Pretty low negotiability. What's our recommendation for this gentleman?
What was the low point in their asking price?
It looks like it was
$18,988.
Wow.
Yeah, 26 days ago. I don't know.
And then let's look at the worksheet again.
And you know what they'll say? Well, you should have come in and bought it then.
Let's look at the worksheet.
Yeah. Of course, then it probably had $2,000 of accessories added.
So you've got, the selling price of $21,958 in accessories.
What are the accessories? Is there any way, were they listed somewhere in the email? Or?
Let's see. I mean,
I'm just curious.
This gentleman sent in a couple other. So let's see. Hey, y'all, I want to say thank you and that this channel has been really helpful to me. I have always taken pride in being an educated consumer in my everyday life purchases, and this channel has empowered me and I will continue to help me through my first big boy purchase. Congrats.
Yeah.
I'm currently in the market for buying a car and I'm extremely nervous.
No, I don't blame you.
Someone hit it last year when I was parked in my driveway. Ugh.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I use public transport rides from friends to run errands.
When your driveway's the street.
And get where I need to go. I normally rent cars from Enterprise for my trips back home to Chicago, which has gotten extremely expensive these days. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I've been looking into a 2018, the HR-V, because it has great gas mileage.
It does.
And I have found one car.
Here it goes. Includes an accessory fee, but it doesn't explain what the accessories are.
Where are you reading? Where are you reading?
Right down here.
Well, Dad, I was all the way up here.
Well, that's okay. We need to let's get to the Evelyn Wood version of this.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So it includes accessory fee, but it doesn't explain what the accessories are. How do I negotiate to take the accessory fee off, since that probably should have been worked into the price in the car anyway? Well, yes, it probably should have been. And yes, I would be curious as to what those accessories are. And you could try by saying, well, you know what? 21,000, I'm in. I'm a buyer. 21,958 with accessories. That nobody adds accessories to pre-owned cars. You know, what do you add? Etch? What what can you? So yeah, you need to fight it. You need to say, hey, I'd love to help, Mr. and Mrs. Salesperson.
I'm just curious what let's see, do we know what state we're in? Hyundai of Napleton. Oh, it's Florida.
Yeah, no, it's Indiana.
Yeah.
Muncie.
Well, doesn't Napleton have dealerships in Florida as well?
They have, they're basically headquartered in Illinois and Indiana.
Yeah.
But they have expanded.
So here you go. This is the Black Book trade-in valuation, retail valuation.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's a fairly priced. Isn't that crazy? It's a fairly priced.
It's really 21,958. It's not 21,000.
No, I know, but when you look in retail, I would say get a pre-purchase inspection done and see what comes from it.
Yeah, but I still want to know what the accessories
are. Yeah, of course. Okay, so you're 100% right.
So does our friend. He wants it, so you have to ask, and then you have to say, well, nobody installs accessories in their pre-owned inventory.
Why don't dealerships install accessories on pre-owned inventory? I'm not asking facetiously.
Well, okay, what kind of dealership is this?
It's a Hyundai
dealership. So you've traded or purchased at the auction or from someone.
Well, what's the stock number?
Honda.
What's the stock number? HRS 2031.
Yeah, so it's not an A, so it's probably
an auction purchase.
Perhaps. So it's not even your brand. Why would you access? What do you? I mean, I don't know. I was in the business for 43 years. We didn't accessorize pre-owned cars. Gotcha. You accessorize new cars. You help your parts department out by accessorizing new cars. What are you doing with Victoria?
Thank you, Victoria.
We helped Victoria. I believe Victoria was getting a Maserati Levante.
Very cool. Yes. Well, thank you,
Victoria. If I remember correctly. Is that correct, Victoria?
All right, let's go to Professor X. How do you talk? Thank you for the donation. How do you talk a dealership out of charging a dealer markup? 12,000 over sticker for a car you're interested in buying. There's no good news here. There's no easy answer.
How do you talk them out of it? You say, hey, here's what I was going to... I was planning on coming in here and offering you $1,500 under MSRP for the car. And, okay, I guess that's really not reasonable. So I wouldn't pay you a penny, not a penny more than, say, $500 under MSRP. Well, that means they're going to have to take at least $12,500 off, because I'm not paying $12,000 for air. Air's free.
No, but what
else are you going to say to the dealer?
Yeah, but to Professor X, that is like, if the dealership's charging $12,000 every sticker, that's the biggest indication of this is what the market is right now.
Well, or this is what they think the market might be, and they're trying to gouge the market as much as they can. But air's free. Last time I checked.
No, I know, but everyone knows that, like, the practice of adding the ADM, additional dealer markup, is crapola. What you can actually do about it is really limited, because if someone walks in there and buys the car, you know what the dealership just did?
Well, they
reconfirmed or affirmed their thought process of adding $12,000 in additional dealer markup.
Yes, well, somewhere along the line, consumers need to refuse to. Customers need to refuse.
I'm laughing because Victoria did not get a Maserati Levante. She got a Buick Envision.
Well, it was close.
Wait a second,
I'm pretty sure they look similar.
That was right. How do you spell oh, there we go. Levante.
Yeah.
We're going to do a quick little...
Yeah. I deal with a lot of people. I forget. My memory's not... I'm 70. My memory's not nearly as good as it used to be.
Honestly, now that we're going to put them side by side...
Yeah, put them side by side. You tell me...
Let me get one face.
You don't see the similarities?
They look really similar.
See? It's an easy way to get confused.
I bet you the MSRP difference is. Oh yeah, this one's 76,000.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Good call.
You could buy two of them.
Good call, Victoria.
I'm
Good
glad
call.
you got two instead of the one.
Professor Z said that's for a 2021, Kia Telluride. That explains it.
Well, that's part of it, but the other part of it is that dealers won't ask for that if consumers won't agree to pay for it.
Yep.
So in times like this, if you don't want to be spending $12,000 over MSRP or $5,000 or $1,000 or $2,000 pizza crumbs, then then don't buy a car right now.
Exactly.
You vote with your wallet.
It's terrible that our advice is don't buy cars right now, but it's the truth.
Yeah, well, you vote with your wallet. You let them know what you think with your wallet. And you keep it in your back pocket, and you refuse to take it out when they're trying to charge $12,000 just for the privilege
Absolutely.
of paying MSRP plus for a Kia Telluride, regardless of how nice a vehicle it might be. And I understand it's a very lovely vehicle, but it's not. If it was worth $12,000 more, believe me, Kia would have priced it with an MSRP that was $12,000 higher.
Absolutely. Car Dad's in the house as well, Pops.
Car Dad, back in the house. Good to have you back again tonight.
All right, so we had another deal come through. Hello, I was just starting looking at the 2022 Tucson SEL front-wheel drive.
The Tucson.
I have also talked over the Prone with a car salesman about the Tucson. I went through Costco to contact the dealer. The attachment is what I was sent from the dealer. Please advise. Thanks. I do have financing set up with my bank. I did not inform the salesman of that. I am also considering a trade-in, a 2018 Elantra with 42,000 miles. I owe $13,500. The car is in great shape. Thank you, Bill Walker. So let's take a peek. So this is just the level set again. This is what the dealership sent Bill after he made a Costco lead. He became a Costco lead.
Yeah, that looks like a...
it just looks like a Monroe label, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So on a Monroe label, let's take the chance to explain to folks. Do you want to walk through what's on a Monroe label just so everyone is familiar?
The kind of vehicle it is, where it was originally shipped to, in this case, Brown's Hyundai.
Yep.
In Leesburg, Virginia. It gives you the VIN number and the engine number and everything you need to know about the vehicle. Then it'll give you a breakdown of what's standard and what added features there might be that you get charged for.
So just one question we get a lot is the, like, for example, freight. Is that negotiable? No, that's part of the MSRP.
That is part of the MSRP.
If there's a package that I don't want, like the cargo cover, is that negotiable? No, because it's part of the MSRP. Yeah. So if they just sent him back the Monroe sticker, he doesn't really have anything that he can work with.
Well,
this is why
he knows what MSRP is.
But this is why we encourage people to ask for the
out the door number,
because there's no information on there. There's no information about the car deal.
There's nothing in regards to the car deal, but there's a ton of information.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, want to try something new tonight, Pops? We get
and that was the Costco deal?
That was the Costco deal.
Woo!
The Costco price is the Monroe label.
I bet you could have done that without Costco.
You probably could have.
Yeah.
So we get quite a few Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try something new tonight. Yeah. I don't put too many of them on your plate, but they all come through.
Well, here, let me help you with that. Don't put any of them on my plate.
Fair enough.
Okay, good.
You just made that.
You're the social media guy, not me.
I don't think either of us are particularly good at social media. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, then I'm just saying you don't want to send them to, I don't even...
I'm putting us... you don't even know how to check your... Okay, so on Instagram then.
Yeah.
So Instagram.
Yeah. Wow.
So...
there we are.
If you want, live tonight, shoot us an Instagram DM. We will do some of the deal analysis through there as well. But if you click on this little thing, or if you do it... like
it's a paper airplane?
Yeah, but I'm sure people have messaged you. But anyway, all right. Anyway, we got messages.
Yeah.
Going to go through some of the messages.
Okay.
All right. Let me make sure everyone can see. Okay. Hi, guys. To start off, thank you so much for all that you do. I don't know when you will see this message right now, but I wanted an opinion about an offer for a car.
Okay.
The car is a 2021 Toyota Hybrid XSE. I told them my monthly budget...
What kind of Toyota Hybrid? What model?
Oh, that was fun while it lasted. That's a good call. No, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's great. All right, we are gonna
No,
accept.
I
No,
mean,
no, no, no,
maybe
no.
we
I
can
know,
help her.
I know, but I'm gonna accept the message so that we can actually reply.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's
What
a
model?
Sunday night, so we're gonna take things a little slow tonight. We're
Yeah.
actually gonna. Thanks for reaching out. What model? Okay, that's question number 1.
Okay.
I told them my monthly budget was only gonna be $350 or less.
Okay.
Do you want to provide any?
Well, that was your first mistake.
Okay, but that's constructive.
Because even if your budget was $350, you never tell them that though, because the car might have worked out to, I don't know, $300, but now they know they can go up to $350, and if you said $350, they know, well, probably if we keep it a tad under $400, she'll agree to that too.
Yeah, that's exactly the psychology of it. Okay.
Yes.
I told them my budget.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They told me that the price was not possible even with my $10,000 down.
Okay.
Long story short, at the end of the day, the price monthly came to be $337, but with a $20,000 down.
Well, I guess it would help to know what the MSRP.
I already put $5,000 down on the car
to hold them.
That's a big deposit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay.
That's a huge deposit.
Yeah, well, it's probably only...
Feels like a lot of money, and I'm
4,500.
feeling stressed. Okay, so thanks for reaching out. What model?
What model? What's the MSRP? What's the selling price? And at a certain point, we can just do math.
I'd recommend... Okay, I actually kind of like this.
But what if she's not on her Instagram account?
Well, no, she's probably not.
Okay.
And
she's not on the live stream.
She's probably not. She's probably not.
Okay, perfect.
But I feel like this way we can actually get back to people and help them.
Okay.
All right, guys, I called a couple of months ago. I wanted to take your temperature on buying a Range Rover. Pop said at least if I wanted to feel the pain and still have it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I stuck with what I have. My daughter is at the Air Force Academy, and I promised her my 2016 F-250. She'll be taking it back to Colorado in July. I scoured the net and found the exact color and model F-250 diesel I wanted. Used her out the door price, and my truck is being delivered Monday. F&I was easy once I took control. Thanks, C.
Well, there you go.
All right. We're going to... All right. Thank you.
Hmm.
I won't bore you guys with actually replying back to all of our Instagram DMs. We'll do more in the chat instead. But I think there's something there. I think that actually getting back to people could be helpful.
Yeah. Well, no, just getting back to people's helpful.
That felt very therapeutic.
Well, I'm glad the therapy's working.
I'm putting it in my dad's hands. Do you want to do phone calls? Do you want to do chat? Do you want to do something else?
I'll do what.
It's night 9, man. I'm exhausted. The 7 miles this morning also really wore me out, but we got to get through it. We got to help.
So do whatever you want. I'm here. I'm captive. I can't.
Phone calls.
All I could do, at the very least, if I get angry and I say I'm walking off, I can't walk off. I could hobble off, and that's going to take probably an hour and a half. So you got me. 855-587-2886, ladies and gentlemen. Call in 855-587-2886. And let's see if the technology is working tonight.
Yeah, we'll do phone calls for a little bit. I really do like going through the Instagram DMs. Question, what leverage, if any, do I have on if a 2020 Jeep Compass I'm looking at was part of a rental fleet?
So you'd be buying it from the rental car company, or you'd be buying it from the dealer where it was a service loaner? I mean, right now...
Is there any leverage if it's from a rental fleet?
Right now, there's not a lot of leverage on anything.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a definite shortage of both new and used cars, and there's an excess amount of demand. So, there's not really a whole lot of leverage.
Hey, Victoria's calling in.
Oh my God!
Hey, Victoria, thanks so much for calling in. Congrats on the purchase.
You sure that wasn't a Ranger, a Levante, a Maserati?
I wish it were, but I'm going to tell you the next one. That's what we're going for.
Okay, cool. Just so what you're telling me is I was projecting.
You were, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate the projection into the future and for all your help. That's the real reason why I wanted to call in.
Well,
I did
go ahead.
Yeah, I I did a consult call last week with Zach, and actually, no, it wasn't last week. It feels like it was last week. I've been drinking through a fire hose, learning how to lease and get this whole thing down. But it was earlier this week. And Zach's like, hey, here's what your game plan needs to be. Bing, got to figure out what you want. I hustled, got the car that I really did want. And what I'm really happy about, too, is I was able to get it for what I really wanted to spend. Although I did kind of get pushed into a few times asking what was your monthly payment, what are you looking to spend. I said, I don't want to talk monthly payment. Let's just talk about the actual sale price of the car.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I did use your template for leasing, and I had shared you with the worksheet.
Yes.
The one dealership, extremely helpful, totally transparent.
Is that the one where you ended up buying it?
No, I didn't. And I'll explain to you. I really started leaning towards them because of the transparency and feeling here's where we were. It would have been a bit of a drive for me to go to the dealership, but I was willing to do that.
Uh-huh.
But another local dealership who took me out on the test drive hadn't given me numbers yet. And he said to me the last thing before we, shook hands, gave me his card. He said, listen, when you get numbers, let me at least try to get the last crack, something to that effect.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Which I said, sure. So here, I hadn't heard back from him. I called him, talked to him Thursday night. I said, I'm really close. I'd love to get your numbers. He said, my sales manager's supposed to do it. I hope he gets it to you latest tonight, if not tomorrow morning. Well, Friday came and went. I didn't hear from him. I called back to the dealership that sent me their worksheet. I said, is there any way we can sharpen up pencil a little bit? Remember, Ray, I had noticed that their sale price was quite different on the website versus what have you. So
yes.
I asked, what's the difference? He said to me, I don't control the website. GM puts that pricing on our website.
The GM or General Motors? Because General Motors doesn't put it on their website for them.
This is what he was telling me. So I kind of thought, well, that doesn't seem right?
You know what the saddest part is they just can't help. They have to lie about everything.
Yeah, and so then he said, well, look, I want to sell you a car. And he goes, and I'm not going to lose a deal over $100. That was exactly what he said, the sales manager.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I was hoping we could do better than $100 given what I'm looking at on your website. And this is what drove me to reach out to you, was I'm comparing around. And he goes, look, I'm only going to make $400 on the deal. I said, okay. And I said, what's your hours tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I was really prepared to kind of at least go there thinking maybe I could negotiate more in person than if I needed to, I'd leave. So I thought, all right, let me circle back to the guy I originally did the test drive with. It's a Saturday morning now. I'm thinking, I hadn't heard from him. He must not want to do business with me, whatever. I thought, you know what, I'm going to call him. And he answers. He said, hey, so sorry we didn't get the number. I said, here's what I'm doing. I said, it's 9:30. I'm ready to go to another dealership to get a car. You asked me to call you when I was ready and to give you the second chance to come back. You haven't even given me first crack at numbers, so what am I going to think compared to? And he said, oh, I'm sorry, giving me some big song and dance. And I said, listen, you didn't send me. I'm giving you numbers. I am giving you the chance. If you can get me the numbers within the next hour or so, I would love to do business locally. He said, what are you looking? Gave him the number that I was looking for. And then he said, well, I don't want to scare you, but I do have somebody in here right now looking at the car. And I said, well, okay, if they're looking at the car and they buy it, that's wonderful, and that I'll just move on, and it wasn't meant to be.
Good answer.
Yeah, and that really, I just thought, look, I get the false sense of urgency. Maybe somebody really was there. I don't know. But I'm like, I need the numbers. Came back with the numbers. The numbers were better than the dealership earlier. And it was a difference of, I ended up getting 5% off of the MSRP.
Okay, good. Good job.
Right, I felt good about that. I felt good about, okay, he came in better, the local guy. It's a 10-minute drive. And I ended up doing the deal. And then I had my car with me because I was going to trade it in, but I couldn't find the title to the car. It was a whole nother story.
Well,
but I learned a lot, and I wanted to thank you both.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you learned a lot. And I remember I used to mention to customers that if the real way, and most customers when they shop at dealerships do it kind of ass backwards, in the sense that they go to their local dealer where they want to get the car, and they go there first. And then they go to the outlying dealers and say, this is what I got from my local dealer, beat it. Well, the real way to do it is to go to the outlying dealers and then take their pricing and go back to your local dealer and say, hey, you're my local dealer. I'm in your market area. I should be your customer. I need you to beat this, or at the very least match it. And you and you force them to do that. And most would, because a smart dealer will never, ever, ever let a customer who should be his go buy a car elsewhere.
Yeah. I do remember you saying that in some of your videos, because I felt like I've been cramming for finals this past week, trying to hustle to get a car. I'm in a situation where I really needed to purchase a car. In fact, my car is 16 years old, I think, and I was telling Zach that my car prior to this was the Model T Ford, so I'm like, I really need another car.
Well, I think you deserve the Ray Shefska stamp of approval.
First one of the night.
Because you went to school, you graduated from school, and you got yourself a car deal, and you did it through some hard work and perseverance. But that's what it takes right now.
And should be inspiring for the community as well. You know, it's like a very challenging time to go get a deal, but you're proof that you can. You just have to really apply yourself.
Yeah. So congratulations. I am so happy for you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I learned a lot, and I did make, I think a couple mistakes toward the end, and one was I really messed up wanting to do the trade-in. I did exactly what you all had suggested. Go to Vroom. Go to Vroom. Go to each one. I was surprised with CarMax. They offered me, it's like I said, it's an old car. It was $1,000. And I thought, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then I did the black box of a, evaluation.
Uh-huh.
But then when I realized I couldn't locate the title of my car, and I thought, this is really a problem. I went to the DMV even to get a duplicate title, and it turned out I didn't have even the copy of the lien release, and it's been paid off since 2010.
Oh my goodness.
So that was a big mistake on my part, not realizing I should have had that all together. And the other little blip I made was I pulled all my credit scores, so I was prepared. I did pull a FICO auto score 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It turned out the dealership didn't use that. They used auto FICO score 9, which is interesting because there was an appreciable difference between that FICO 8 auto and the auto 9.
Interesting.
The auto 9 was lower.
Very interesting. And I guess some dealerships are moving from 8 to 9 now. I guess it's something to be aware of.
That's what it sounds like. Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, and I did ask the finance manager, the F&I guy, about that, and he said GM uses auto FICO 9. So I thought that would be good maybe for the community to know that in the event you're looking at those scores, that's one that you would want to pull for a GM.
Okay, very cool. Well, thank you, Victoria. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you both for doing what you're doing.
Thank
you so much.
You're
got a question for you, Victoria, before we hop off the line, and then Ryan, we're answering. Thank you, Ryan, for the $20 donation. That's awesome. We're going to help you out in a second here. Victoria, any feedback for us? How could we have helped you even more as you were going through this process?
Well, listen, I heard Ray yesterday say, no, I can't go to the dealership, so, I'm hurt by that. Listen, but that's okay. And it wasn't me. I know he was replying to somebody else, but I completely appreciate everything he was saying. I really think that I don't know if there was more that you all could have done. I needed to be better prepared. myself. I needed to take more time to do my homework, really make sure I knew what I was doing. I ended up leasing. So what you talked about regarding the lease information really was educational. Even when you shared the lease hacker calculator going through your father's car.
Yeah.
That was very helpful because I utilized that. And then I made sure I could calculate it by hand when I was in the F&I office, just in case something funny were to pop up.
Sure. No,
that's really helpful, Victoria. We're just trying to think of different ways. We ran a survey a couple weeks ago to the community, and it was, I think, one of the highest rated ideas was almost like call and response, like when the dealer says this, what do I say back? And so I'm just curious. Stuff
I used
like
to
that
have salespeople that worked for me like that, where they'd come into my office and say, well, the customer just said this, what should I say? I go, I think you should learn your scripts before.
We need that, though. We need that. All right. Yeah. Anyway, Victoria, thank you so much. Have a great night. Thanks so much for calling
the new vehicle.
One other thing that you missed on that same line about a question, because I think that would be helpful, because the one general sales manager asked me, well, how much do you think is a fair deal for you to pay over invoice? I had no idea how to answer that question.
Next time you tell them, well, I think a fair deal would be to pay under invoice. So you don't really want to ask me what I think is fair.
I really didn't even know what to say.
Call and response. All right, noted.
We'll work on that. Yes.
Thanks, Victoria. Have a great night.
Thanks. Hope you feel well, Ray. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Pops the top off the headphones real quick. Let's acknowledge Ryan and answer his question.
Okay.
Ryan, that was awesome. Great job, Victoria. First stamp of approval of the night.
Yeah.
Ryan with a $20 donation, which is really greatly appreciated.
Yes, it is.
Not required to get your questions answered,
it is not.
Folks. We have gone live now for the 9th straight night. We're just here to help. Good evening. I have a question about reading the Carfax report. I saw a couple of reports that show in the car history there was a lien or loan reported. How do I make sure the lien or loan has been paid off?
You ask, are you, well, are you buying it from a private party, or are you buying it from a dealership? And if you're buying it from a private party, you ask to see the loan release or the lien release that they've paid off the vehicle. And if they haven't paid off the vehicle, then you need to make arrangements to pay them in such a manner where they will be able to pay off the vehicle so that they can get the lien release, because you're kind of going to need that in order to get the car titled in your name. If the vehicle's at a dealership, then you need to ask the dealership if you can see the title to make sure that whatever loans or liens might have been placed against it have been satisfied. And that's how you could do that.
There you go, Ryan. Hope that helps.
Yes.
I posted in the chat as well some different
Please
resources.
Press the like button.
I posted some other resources.
Or if you're from the south, you would mash it, and anywhere else you would smash it.
Posted some resources that we wrote about Carfax reports as well.
Okay.
Phone line's back open, 855-587-2886. Sunday night 9. Why don't let's do 11 nights.
Am I allowed to use the F word?
Yeah, you can get one, but no. Not too loud.
No.
Yeah.
10 nights in a row is enough.
You know, people stream every single night. People.
Okay, God bless them. I'm not a professional.
Professional streamers.
I'm not a professional streamer. I'm a professional dreamer. Okay, big difference, buddy. And I don't need to dream every night. Jeez, that just woke me up. I don't know if that was a dream or a nightmare. Can you work on that?
Hey, you're on. I don't know how to change the ring. Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, man. My name is James. I'm from Austin, Texas.
James from Austin, Texas. Thanks for calling in.
I've listened to a lot of your videos, and for the first time in my life, luckily due to crypto and AMC stock, I'm able to buy a vehicle for cash. And I understand that's never the way you want to walk into a dealership.
No, that's not so. No. I mean, if you're in a position to pay cash, you just don't necessarily need to let the dealership know up front that you're going to pay cash.
Okay. So I should just kind of keep that card close to my chest, so to speak?
Well, yeah. Let's say we're playing hold'em. Yeah, you don't want to give a tell, and a tell to a dealership would be to say right up front, "Hey, I'm paying cash." They want to think that there's many ways for them to make money, and one of those ways is financing. So you don't want to take that thought away from them at the beginning.
So I walked into a dealership the other day.
Yes.
And I was looking for a brand new Escalade. The new Escalades look amazing, right? And I did make the mistake of, saying that because I don't necessarily look like I can afford it. I wear sandals, cut off shirt, and I was like, I can afford to buy it.
I hear Bill Gates dresses like that occasionally. Just
And the thing was, they had a used one, which always to me, that kind of sounds funny. Why would there be a used brand new Escalade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the story that they told me was it has 5,000 miles, and one of their local premier customers, they named a family of home builders, bought it, but the woman decided that she wanted a Yukon instead. And in my mind, that kind of sends off a red flag. Like, why would you, give away a new Escalade to downgrade, pay depreciation, and switch over to a Yukon, right? Because we all know the new Escalade has some amazing technology in it, right?
Yes.
And so that kind of sent up a red flag. And so after the test drive was over, I got out and, I did the little checks that I was taught to do, looking for, like, displacement in the bumper or in the front sensors, right? And I found that the bumper had a little gap on one side where there shouldn't be one.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the front sensors was pressed in about half an inch, whereas the others were flush with the bumper. And, I told them, I was like, I believe this vehicle's been wrecked. And they're like, no, it's not. It's certified pre-owned. This has not been wrecked. And I was like, you can obviously see where it was either wrecked or someone just decided not to put the front of the car together correctly on the right side. And then, the conversation became, well, what do you want to do about it? I'm like, well, I'd like to buy it. I can pay cash. But I'm not opposed to doing financing, just putting, 60, 70,000 down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but I also want an inspection, and I want you to prove to me that this thing is safe to drive. And he's like, well, the Carfax is clean. It hasn't been in a wreck. And I was like, well, the Carfax, it doesn't always update. It could update 6 months from now.
Exactly.
Now I've got a vehicle that's, been in a wreck.
Well, and maybe it didn't belong to a family. Maybe it belonged to a rental car company, and maybe it had been in some type of accident, and the rental car company repaired it and never reported to Carfax.
I was waiting for one more maybe.
Exactly.
Well, and maybe.
There it is.
And maybe.
Yeah. Zach wanted another maybe. So.
It does sound sketchy from what you've described.
Yeah, and so I asked to put in a deposit on the vehicle, right?
Uh-huh.
And they told me that, they started coming up with reasons not to sell it to me. All right. Well, if your funds aren't going to clear by Monday because of the end of the month or whatever, I'm like, no, I mean, I can't guarantee my funds will be here Monday, but they might be here Tuesday. Well, you can't guarantee Monday. We're not going to sell it to you. And they kept saying they didn't want to basically sell it to me. I'm sorry, it just started raining here pretty fast. If you can hear that, I apologize. But they started making up reasons not to sell me the car. And I kind of think what they wanted to do was pawn the car off on somebody who was less aware of what might be wrong with it.
That very well could be, because they might know in their heart of hearts that there were some issues, and that if you were to have the inspection done, that the issues would then be exposed, and then you would want to negotiate the price. So their hope could have been, hey, let's just find a rube that'll buy the vehicle and not necessarily want to do an inspection.
Yeah, and pre-purchase inspection is still the name of the game here. That's for sure.
So, yeah, that very well could. But, either way, if they really wanted to sell you the car and you couldn't guarantee that your funds would clear by Monday, well, hell, they could get you approved on a car loan, and they could write you a car loan that they could hold till the check cleared, and then they could just tear up the loan, but they're covered while they're waiting for your funds to clear. So,
he gave an excuse about wanting it to be on this month's books instead of next month.
It would have been, because they could have done it on a bank contract, and they could have dated everything for this month, and it would be in this month. They were just looking for a reason at this point not to sell you the car.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
But now my next question is, the Escalade would have been an impulse purchase, like I said. I just kind of got lucky here in the last few weeks. But what I do really want and need is a new diesel truck. Is it going to be possible to get a deal right now, or should I just bite the bullet, pay MSRP and over, and get it done with? Or do you see that maybe waiting a few months could have some kind of benefit?
I don't know. Nobody really knows when this shortage is going to come to a conclusion.
But it's not going to be like next week.
But it's not going to be next week or next month or, and more than likely it might not happen until sometime next year. But nobody knows for sure. The one thing I do know for sure is right now dealers are in a position where they can ask much more than MSRP in order to sell things. And apparently there are more than enough customers who will agree to pay it. So if you don't absolutely positively need to get a diesel truck right now, I would wait. But if you absolutely positively have to do it, then thank God your cryptocurrencies did well for you because you're about to spend it all.
Yeah. Well, so guys, thank you very much for your information. And I guess everyone hearing this is buy if I can and absolutely need it. Otherwise, wait. But that wait, you don't know if that's 1 month, 2 months, or 9 months.
That is correct.
There's so much up in the air right now. Like traditional means of everything seems to be just out the window.
It is one of the most unusual times that I've lived through in my lifetime. So it's my first pandemic.
Last night was your first time on Twitch.
Last night was my first time on Twitch.
So it's just a crazy time.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What 70-year-old man's going on Twitch? Apparently me. Go ahead.
Do you guys feel like what is your overall theory as far as the car market and the economy? Like, I had this idea that the people that weren't necessarily affected by the pandemic bought last year because they could, and it was free money for the most part. Like, when do you expect car sales, regardless of, I think car sales are kind of being propped up because of the shortage, right?
Well,
I think everyone that could buy probably bought last year. And, are there signs of, repos or repossessions going through the roof?
Haven't seen that yet. Every indication that I've seen is that lots of people are surprised that there haven't been more repossessions. And apparently there's just a tremendous...
Could those repossessions be hidden by deferment?
Well, some of them could have been, and then a lot of the banks might not want to repossess all the cars that need to be repossessed at one time because the write-off could be huge. So, they might. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to see if I could get a deferment. I didn't need it, so I called in, and they gave me it was like a 4-minute conversation, and they gave me a 90-day deferment.
Yes.
And apparently just so many people are doing it, they're not even fighting it. They'd rather do that than take the actual losses for repossession.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because the banks don't want to have a huge write-off like that. If I forget which bank it is, but they have about $1 million worth of loans that are in normal times probably would be out for repossession at this point, but they're holding off because
it's more than $1 million.
$1 billion, I thought I said.
Oh, billion, yeah.
They're holding off because it would just be too sizable of a loss to take.
So could it be next year would be the year to buy every car you ever wanted on discount?
God, that would be my hope.
That's why we're on Twitch. We got to figure out other ways to make some money so we can buy every car we ever wanted. And then, James, AMC to the... Is that what it's called? Amicus?
I don't know.
James, thanks for calling in. Good luck with everything, and drive safe in the rain, okay?
Have a good night, my friend.
I don't think James liked that I was out of the call there. Yeah. All right.
Well,
we got folks to get to.
We do. You're tired.
I'm not tired. I woke up.
You're shot.
You're
spent.
Who the hell are you talking to?
I don't know. The guy that sat here at the beginning of this thing and said, I'm exhausted from all this.
Oh,
that wasn't me.
Then you get started. Then you're good. James woke me up.
Good. How about the rain behind him?
Oh my gosh, yeah. You gotta be careful when you're driving around. Cosma, thank you for the donation. I got a 2021 Mazda CX-5 all-wheel drive Turbo Carbon Edition yesterday for $1,000 under MSRP.
Very nicely done. That is a big win in today's world.
Why the hell was that so loud?
Well, that's what everybody wants to know.
What the heck was going on there?
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. Oh, my.
Jeez, come on. Do not disturb.
Hang tight for 1 second, please.
Okay, there we go.
We just got a nice $20 donation from a community member. Became a member at the beginning of the month and purchased a vehicle 2 weeks later. Emailed the paperwork to Zach's email from KGB. Okay, I guess where we're going. We know where we're going next. Thank you for that, Big Red. Robert, what's your name, sir? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, guys. I talked to you the other night. This is Rob from down in Florida.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
That had the Mercedes GLE 43 AMG Coupe. Well, as it is wont to be, it's the end of the month, so I guess I want to just ask the question, should I revisit this deal with this higher mileage Benz instead of the Carvana one that was the lower mileage one with the more warranty? The dealer up near Daytona is calling me today trying to lower the deal and wanting to know. We're talking out-the-door numbers and all sorts of stuff, and I gave him a low number. He's not quite there yet, but he's getting there. Is there a point where I just go, okay, yeah, there's a big spread here?
Well, let me ask you a question. Is there a point where you're going to go, that's a big enough spread that I'll pull the trigger?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I keep going back to my head, about the higher mileage.
Sure.
But then I could buy the longer warranty with Mercedes, that would cover that.
Well, then if it gets to the point where there's a big enough spread and you can justify in your mind that it's big enough for you to move forward, then move forward. The last thing, here's one of the things that I've found out in the 43 years of doing this. People can overthink buying a car. Okay, if the number is acceptable to you and the risk involved is acceptable to you, then just do it and stop thinking about it. But the key is to get the dealer to come down to that number where it's a big enough spread where you go, yes, I'll do it.
The interesting thing is that this is a one-price dealer, and they weren't going to negotiate at the beginning when I first went there. But then the sister dealership has the car listed on their website, so then their guy started calling me, which they do negotiate.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of interesting how this kind of has worked. That now they're being aggressive at the end of the month. In fact, we called today and said, hey, we'd like to put them together.
Maybe they only negotiate at the end of the month.
That's true.
Yeah.
The
The dealer does reserve the right to look at market conditions and make adjustments in their pricing, and aggressive dealers will do that on a weekly basis. But even more aggressive dealers will go, well, damn it, it's the end of the month and we need to sell some more cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Mercedes extended warranty? I mean, it's probably fine because it's a factory warranty, right? But
I don't know who underwrites Mercedes extended warranty.
Let's see.
Zach's going to, I think, look it up real quick for you.
I think we did a review back on the website. I'll put it in the chat if I can find it here.
Okay, great. Well, I guess it comes down to whether I just want to pull this trigger on this one or just wait for the Carvana car and see what it looks like. I would just hate for the Carvana car to come out and then all of a sudden it's like it's got low miles, but it's just got something wrong with it. But, I guess that's what it is.
That's, at a certain point, you just have to make a choice.
Yep. Okay.
Okay?
Well, I appreciate the information. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rob. Have a good one.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Phone line's back open. I popped the Mercedes-Benz extended warranty review back in the chat. I don't need to necessarily go through it all right here, but it is there. And then, of course, we are still selling our vehicle service contracts. So if you need one, let us help as well. 855-587-2886. Pops, people are asking what Twitch is. We don't know. We have no clue.
I have no idea what Twitch is.
And I'm the young one, and I have no clue.
And can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't need to know what Twitch is.
No.
I've learned way too much stuff already.
OnlyFans. Oh, we're connecting. You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, it's Charlie from Richmond. How are you?
Good, Charlie, and you?
I'm doing well. I called you guys Click and Clack when I called the first time up, or the rebirth thereof of Click and Clack. You might recall I was thinking about buying a Range Rover, and you dissuaded me from that. And
as would have Click and Clack.
Yeah, those guys definitely would have.
But the point of the call tonight is that I have made a deal, and I wanted to let you guys know that your influence came in right from the phone call, when the phone call started. My daughter's at one of the service academies here in the United States, and I had promised her the pickup truck, the F-250 that she learned to drive on.
Okay.
Well, it's up, and I'm honoring my promise, even though now is the worst time in the world to buy a truck. So I scoured the internet.
Yep.
And I found the truck in the color I wanted. Blue F-250, Lariat package, all that stuff.
Sounds fantastic.
I called the dealership. I said, any deals to be had? Nope, we just got the truck. We've already got 12 phone calls on it.
Wow.
And that's what you're seeing with diesel trucks now. I saw it in the comment section. Somebody said, I need a diesel truck. Somebody, your last caller, the caller before that, was talking about. Was wondering.
James.
Let me tell people out there something. There are no deals on diesel trucks. If you need something to haul stuff with, like I do, if you need a diesel truck, it's my opinion, and it even looks like Dad is gone now.
He had to run to the bathroom. I put it in the chat, but I'm all ears, Charlie.
Yeah, Zach and Mr. Prostate. Listen.
Precipice.
Dude, I'm only 13 years younger than he is. It's coming.
For sure.
He said, I can't do anything for you. I said, okay, fine. You've got the color I want. You've got this. I think at this point, if you need, and you might tell me I'm wrong, but if you need a truck, buy it, but make sure you can write it off on your taxes.
I mean, if you're in a position where you can do that, of course, do it. But if you need to buy a truck right now, just reset those expectations, right? Or if you have a used vehicle that you can trade in, that's what we've been telling everyone, is at least then you're kind of breaking even because you're going to get a better value for the used vehicle that you're trading in,
Yeah, well, I'm Mr. Lucky. I had no used vehicle because that vehicle is going, to my daughter. So, but sometimes I think there are instances in the history of this country where you just have to suck it up and go. And I can say this: when we got to F&I, because of you guys, I knew how to handle it.
That's good to hear. And Kimberly's on the stream as well. I'm sure she's taught you a lot throughout the process. And that's the other part of the deal that a lot of people forget about, right? Is you do the front end, which is, okay, how much under MSRP am I going to get? And then you feel like you won that. And then you go to the back end, and that's where a great deal can go sour real quick. And so to know that you took control back there, that's a win.
Well, I mean, I let the F&I guy know when he called me after the salesman and I had completed our part of the transaction. F&I called me, and he goes, hey, how you doing? Listen, I've got this in there for you, this in there for you. I'm going to send you an email. Here's the paperwork. I mean, he had put in everything an idiot could buy. And I went, dude, that's no. Take this out, take that out, take this out, take that out.
Yeah.
And in doing so, I actually, and I hate to use this word because it's sort of psychobabble from the 2000 teens, I felt empowered. I was like, okay, well, I'm telling you what I want, and if you want to close this deal, this is how it's going to go. Yes, I do want to extend the warranty, but no, I don't want to extend the warranty to that company because I had done the research on that company. Yeah. And I did the extended warranty through Ford rather than a third party.
Good for you.
So thank you guys very much. But I would say the last thing is, if you need a diesel truck, if you're in a jam right now, you got to look hard and you've got to scour the internet, and you're going to be willing to pay. I wouldn't have paid over MSRP, but one dealership said, "Yeah, we've got what you want. It's $10,000 over MSRP," and I said, "Thank you very much for your time," and hung the phone up. There are dealers out there who'll sell it for MSRP.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game right now, is finding those dealers. And I wish we could do more to help. I really, really do. And I know my dad feels the same way. But hey, it's a good thing that you were able to write it off as on your taxes as a business expense. That's fantastic. And then the other thing about this is that you were able to take control in the F&I office. That's awesome. That's a huge win. Yep. Oh, and your daughter got a car out of it, or a truck out of it. This is the trifecta.
I like that.
No, yeah, I mean, when she graduated high school, I said, what do you want? I'm really not impressed with high school, but you are going to one of the service academies, so what do you want? And she said, I really just want the truck. Well, I mean, that was easy when I said yes last year. But anyway, no, just keep doing the good work you guys are doing, because it helped me. It really did honestly help me. And I know you hear this over and over, but just keep going, man.
Well, we really appreciate it, Charlie.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
Hey, did you get everything come out all right?
I'm glad you asked.
Bye
Bye,
now.
Charlie.
You know, men of a certain age. What can I tell you?
Man. Good for Charlie. 855-587-2886. Staying live, taking phone calls, helping people, not twitching. Potentially Facebook Live. That was a suggestion from Larry R. Maybe that's where we'll go next.
Oh, Facebook Live.
That could be us.
It could be. Who knows?
Could be us.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, how you doing tonight? My name is Sean. I'm from Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Hey, Sean from Florida.
Hey, thanks for taking my call tonight. So I have a Traverse that's due to end its lease in about 3 months. And I just did a car for my mom whose lease just ended. And I ended up getting over $5,000 more than what her payoff was when we went to trade it in. And so I was thinking I could do something similar with my Traverse.
Quite possibly, yes.
And I'm wondering, is it worth trying to do it now, or do I wait 3 months until the end of the lease, or do I try and take advantage of the used car market? You know,
is your mother going to want to replace that vehicle?
Yeah, she did. We already did, and we ended up. I told them that we weren't trading in a car.
Gotcha.
And then I did it through Vroom to find out, what they were going to give me for a cash offer. And then when we went to go do the deal with the dealership, after I already got the lowest price that, I felt I could get, I was like, okay, well, listen, they offered me this from Vroom. If you want to get my, my used car, I was like, you guys can buy it, or I'll just take it and, get my money from there either way. And they ended up meeting it. I actually told them a little more than what Vroom offered me, but and so I got over $5,000 more than her payoff, so it was like a fantastic deal on it.
Yeah, you did great.
So I just got a cash offer on my Traverse today for $3,500 over what the payoff is on the lead.
Okay, you now some of the lease companies have recently changed their payoffs for third party people that might be interested in the car, like Vroom or Carvana or CarMax. So you might want to just make sure that the payoff that's quoted to you would be the same payoff that would be quoted to whoever you might want to sell it to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good information. I was using it more for a bargaining chip. I would prefer to just,
trade it in.
Go to the dealership and not have to,
Yes, no, that makes sense.
Mess around with stuff. But having that information that they would, they would do it would be, a valuable thing.
Well, yeah, and it would. I mean, there's such a shortage of pre-owned cars, of decent quality pre-owned cars, that, yes, you're in the driver's seat at the moment. So try now or wait 3 months. I would try. I would try now. Not that I don't think it'll. I don't think the market will cool off that much in 3 months. But we always try to apply historical data to these things, and typically in September, Octoberish, used car wholesale pricing that dealers are willing to buy the cars for at the auction tend to go down. So if that is the case this year, and I don't know that it will be, we could see a slight decline in what dealers are willing to pay for used cars in 3 months. So it might make the most sense to try and do something sooner rather than later.
Okay. So with my mom's car, by the way, I never went in the dealership until it was actually time to sign the paperwork, the final take possession of the car. I had negotiated everything through email and over the phone, and it was actually a fantastic way to buy a car. It was so much better than the whole sitting in the the room for hours. And,
absolutely.
It was great. And I did have to travel an hour and a half, to get the deal that I wanted. It seems like being in Port St. Lucie, there's not a huge amount of cars available, and traveling an hour and a half really made a huge difference for the price. I mean, in the end, in the lease, we saved $100 a month on the lease.
Well, that's $3,600 last time I checked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so that's worth 3 hours worth of driving.
True enough.
Yes. Good job.
And I really do appreciate your videos, by the way, because I actually have one more car to buy as well. And then we actually bought the lease payout on my car. My son needed a car, and instead of turning it in and paying all the high, letting him pay for a high-priced used car, he bought out my lease, and it ended up working out really well for him.
Oh, very good.
All around,
We love hearing good stories like that.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, Sean, and say hi to all our friends down there in Florida.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye-bye now.
Night.
See you, Sean. Sorry, Pops. I'm not leaving you high and dry. I'm just loving going with the chat when you're able to help folks on the phone calls. We're blessed with this little dream
Sharon.
Team. Oh, you know Sharon? Yeah.
I think I had dinner with Sharon.
There you go.
I won't mention our favorite Mexican restaurant, but I do believe it was at our favorite Mexican restaurant.
Can't share because they don't have enough tables.
Well,
there's just not enough tables. If you
they have enough success already. They don't need us to overwhelm them and then me not be able to get a reservation.
It was very sweet. They gave my dad his meal for free on birthday night dinner.
They gave the cake for free.
No.
The meal?
The meal was free. You didn't know that?
No.
We were in such a rush to get home for the live stream. I guess you didn't
because we couldn't afford to miss the live stream.
Yeah, that was on Thursday night. Yeah. They give you your meal for free.
Oh my God! I must be a regular.
Yeah, Dad, you go there like every week.
Yeah, I do.
The food's really good.
Well, that was really sweet.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you
name.
from? What can we do to help?
I'm from Texas.
Hey, you broke up a little bit there. Can you try that one more time?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yes. Can you try that?
Me?
Oh, go ahead.
Here's my question. My husband works for a university in Texas, and everyone on staff typically gets their cars from Nissan. So we got connected with this individual, and my question is, were he donating cars from them, like
You're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I want to be able to help. If you don't mind, put your question in the chat. You're breaking up on us. So sorry about that. Never fun when that happens. Do you remember that we had a gentleman who was calling us from his basement, and then he had to walk upstairs?
Yeah.
Frank is in the house. Frank is a master marketer. He donates $5, and every single time Frank donates, we have to give him the shouts because he is a very decent human being and a car salesperson that you want to work with.
He's the unusual car salesperson. And Frank, I did ask one of our community members to give you a holler in regards to a trail
a Jeep, yeah.
Yeah, that they were going to be in Houston for visiting family, and they're from the East, and some of the stuff didn't sound right. So I don't know if she did get in touch with you, but I hope she did.
There you go. Everyone in the chat saying no to the Nissan. So the call quality was bad, but no to Nissans. Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, my name is Todd. I'm from Los Angeles. And unfortunately, last week I was in an auto accident. Somebody T-boned my Prius.
Ooh.
So my insurance is going to covering the costs and going after them. But because of COVID last year, I went from having a job with a W-2 to being self-employed. So now I'm looking for a car, and I'm trying to replace that. They're going to give me $13,000 for the replacing the car, but now I'm obviously in a bind trying to figure out what I can afford and what to get that's going to work. And so a question on how to finance and a used car that would be I'm in Los Angeles, so something like a hybrid or something like that. So.
Well, but you still have an income?
I do have income, but because I'm self-employed right now, I have not built. It started the beginning of this year, so I don't have.
Do you have bank records that would indicate that you have money coming in?
Yes.
Okay, well, those might be good enough for a dealership to get a bank or go to a credit union and see if your credit union would be interested in lending you money. I mean, do you have a checking or savings account that the money goes into?
Sure. It's I have I'm banked usually with Chase Bank, so I was looking to try and get pre-qualified. I'm not looking to buy a brand new car. I want something around the same price of what that $13,000 is. But if I can, I'm trying to decide if I want to take all that cash and do it, or if it's better to finance it and keep the money in the bank right now as I build the business back up.
Well, Kimberly chimed in that you might want to. Bank statements can help in being able to get a car loan. If you belong to a credit union, you have a relationship with your credit union, and they know your history, that could help in getting a car loan. It seems to me that if you have some type of provable income, if it's even just from bank statements, and you have good credit, and you're not looking to finance, 3 or 4 times what it is that you earn, that you really shouldn't have any difficulty in getting that loan.
Okay, that helps a lot. Yeah, it's obviously I'm in crunch time because that's how I get to my business and stuff. So I'm trying to get a car before I run out of my rental time on my car. I don't want to spend any more than I absolutely have.
Gotcha. And thankfully you were able to walk away from the accident?
Yes, yeah. Nobody was hurt. It was ended up being a low impact accident where I was turning left on a green arrow, and the guy on the other side thought it was still oncoming traffic was going. So nobody was hurt, but enough to total the car. So now it's just trying to rebuild and find something that works for my situation.
Well, I think with bank statements and all, you probably shouldn't have all that much difficulty in being able to make it happen.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, Todd. Thank you.
All the best, Todd.
Thank you.
I couldn't say to him, beat LA. I felt bad because his car was totaled. If his car hadn't been totaled, I would have let him know. I don't know if you're aware of it, but the Lakers lost today.
Marcel got his brand new CX-5 this Saturday, yesterday. Thank you, YAA, Kimberly, Zach, Ray. Awesome. Love to hear that.
Thank you.
Marcel and I, if I remember correctly, had a consult call, which was fantastic. I love how we had Kimberly on the stream last night.
Yes.
That was just so much fun.
Yes,
but we got to figure out how we can do call-in on the stream. So,
yes.
Brett Day wants to know, does trade-in value matter if the truck is washed or dirty? No, it doesn't really matter.
No, because the dealer's going to wash it anyway.
Exactly. If you're selling private party.
Yeah, then get it detailed.
Yep, Marcel. See, I remember we had a call. Yes, exactly.
See? Yeah, look at you.
Exactly. Console calls for YAA members. If you go back to the website, we've currently got the promo codes. Whoa. And we got some phone calls coming in.
We do.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, this is Marvin from Maryland.
Not Marvin from Maryland.
We're back on the alliteration.
I've been waiting all night for Marvin from Maryland.
How about that?
Yes.
First time caller, long time listener.
Yes, way to go, Marvin.
Marvin. Thank you.
And HTP, hail to Pitt.
Yes, indeed. I'm repping Pitt tonight for my future son-in-law, and well, even the young man sitting to my left spent 3 semesters there. Not that he got anything out of it, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, born in Baltimore, out here in Anne Arundel County, and love the Steelers and all Pittsburgh sports.
Well, good for you.
Anyway, the question is, put a couple of things in the chat, but looking at a Lincoln Aviator.
Okay.
And I know at one of your other calls you talked about various dealers in Maryland, from Apple, Ford, Lincoln to Coons Ford, and eyeballing a couple of those right now, but just found another one at Bob Davidson also. Just trying to get your opinion on some of these dealers that you may know and love in the state of Maryland or not, number one.
Well, I can honestly tell you, I don't know that I have any friends or that I really know anybody that's involved in the Ford business. So I can't honestly tell you who's got a good reputation or a bad reputation. But I think, I think the Davidson organization is an organization that has been in the Baltimore area for like ever. I think Mr. Davidson died a few years back. But I think they might be one that, if you could, they would probably be a good one to do business with.
Okay, well, that's interesting because looking at a black label Aviator, just put that through your price report. And it's been on the lot for 128 days. Well,
they should be ready to get rid of it.
That's what I was thinking, and right now the sticker price was $79,000, and your out the door recommendation was like $80,000. And I was wondering if you think I get a little bit better deal than that.
I think well, depending on whatever the consumer incentives are from Lincoln at the moment, and I don't know off the top of my head what they are, but I would think if that vehicle's been on the lot for as long as it has been, that they would probably be somewhat motivated, since it's a pretty expensive Aviator. They would probably be somewhat motivated to have it disappear. Tomorrow might be the day where they could be the most motivated.
Okay, good, because I think my wife is definitely excited about maybe going up there and trying to make a deal. But another little side note, I've been eyeballing a different one at Apple Ford in Columbia. But it's due to come in any day now. They're waiting for a chip so that it can come in.
They could be waiting months, Marvin.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they already said that it's being built, but it's just sitting, I guess, maybe in a field somewhere.
Yes. Ford has thousands upon
what
thousands
a crazy time we're living
of
in.
Vehicles that have been basically built, sitting in fields, waiting for the final chips to come in, so that the production process can actually be completed, and nobody knows when that's going to actually take place. So my suggestion, with you having told me about that, is at least at Bob Davidson, you have a the devil you know. There's a vehicle. It actually exists. It's coming in once the chip's been installed. The chip was installed and it's been there. So that might be the way to go, only because it's there.
Right.
Yeah. Because the other one, it could be months.
That's right, because initially I was thinking about putting a deposit on that one and just, grabbing it as soon as it came in, but I don't know how long it's going to be, and I just found this one. I'm like, maybe you need to take advantage of that, because they might, really jack the price up to almost like what this one is.
You know what I would suggest? Go to Ford's website, not the local dealer's website, but the manufacturer's website, and just see if there's any consumer incentives for the Aviator at the moment. Because if you're talking about the other one, there might not be any incentives by the time that one comes in, or the incentives could be different.
And also, Pops, one of the things you've taught me, how old am I? I'm 25?
Last time I checked.
Over my 25 years is that a happy wife is a happy life. And if you're waiting...
I don't think I taught you that, but I think you could extrapolate that
and if you're waiting,
from the way I screwed things up. Yeah.
If you're waiting an unknown amount of time,
yes,
waiting on this Aviator, why?
Yeah.
Is that worth a couple $1,000s? Probably.
Yeah.
Exactly. And plus, she likes this burgundy velvet over the blue, and she loves the interior. And she's like, hey, I can go up there and maybe I can get that tomorrow. And it's like, wait a second.
Yeah, you know what? You can probably get a hot dog or a hamburger as well. It's Memorial Day. They're probably cooking and giving out free food.
Well, that's actually what I'm doing right now because I actually got something on the George Foreman and something in my air fryer right now. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Well, Marvin, let us know how things turn out.
And I will be talking to Zach tomorrow at 2:00.
Looking forward to it, Marvin.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Bye.
All right, Pops. Let's keep it rocking and rolling.
Really? Come on, man. It's
Oh, yep. You're right. You're right.
Making me work overtime again.
No. Let's pop these off.
Yeah.
So, night number 9.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the capstone.
The who?
The capstone. The pentultimate.
The end. Thank God. I don't know if our community is weary of this, but I know I sure as hell am.
Okay, how you've got it. All right, we're doing it for a moment.
Yeah.
It is truly incredible.
Yeah.
The platform that we have
Yes.
to be able to help people.
Yes. No.
And then beyond the helping,
yeah,
people just like hanging out with us. How humbling is that?
Well, no, that's very humbling.
And a lot of people also don't really like us. But we read those comments too. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the people that don't really like us. Trust me. And I see those comments, and like in the comments where the people say, "Well, just get to the point," or quit trying to be silly. I'm not tuning in for the laughter. Well, then don't tune in.
Yeah,
we are who we are.
Life's too short.
Yeah, we are who we are. We're not going to change. Precipice. We are on the precipice of the last night of this. Yeah. Hey,
so we have, if you're interested, back on the website, the promo code's MEM529, MEM549, ends tomorrow night. So if you want to become a member, use those. We're working on a few things. We're working on figuring out like how we can have that community back on the website as well. So we're working towards having a community forum and things like that. So
yes,
stand by, stay ready for that, and we'll be back live tomorrow night.
Yes, we will.
Follow us on Twitch. Still have no clue what that means.
Yeah. I know. If you say it one more time, I'll probably develop one. But
thank you for being here.
A tick and a twitch and
thank you for supporting your auto advocate.
Yes,
thank you for supporting the other community members. Let's go watch some more basketball, Pops.
I think that's a good idea. Good night, all. Thanks again. See you all tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.